Hello and welcome to the Sunday's Polka Price video talk, where I'm going to talk about MOVR, RMRK, KMA and GLMR, because oh boy, GLMR had such a nice run up and you're going to love this one, especially if you're a GLMR holder, especially if you've been accumulating on these dips. But I'm not going to talk about KSM and DOT because it would make the video too long. We already know they're both doing well, because when Bitcoin does well, DOT and KSM tend to follow, and so they're both okay. I believe DOT is around 25 right now, if I'm not mistaken, and KSM is around 195 to 200, which is really good because it is showing a nice recovery. So what is MOVR doing? Okay, well, MOVR is finding some resistance right now, because this was previously support, as I was saying in the past, that once an area becomes support for a long time and it accumulates, then it will be hard to break because of the resistance. Okay, so we've managed to break just above this. It was a bit of a struggle, as you can see here. We tried multiple attempts, but now this area here is encountering some support, some resistance, but it's not big. So it looks like we are moving back up now after we had this nice push to the upside here. We are pulling back a little bit here as people are selling for profit, and we're likely going to be accumulating once again now as more people are buying in here. Those who sold around here or maybe who had sell orders are likely buying in to ride the wave continuously here, because we are gonna go one more time. And once we break past this one, then the next area of resistance is not going to be till around here, which is just about 150 bucks. So if I was to sell MOVR right now, I would sell some MOVR around 150 personally. Okay, and I will actually sell some MOVR around 150 personally. I do have some sell orders in place because I want to get some profit. I don't want to be facing the same situation as I faced in the past. Sure, could it go to 200? Could it go to 300? Absolutely it can, which is why I'm going to be selling at different levels. I don't want to be holding all throughout the pump and then to see a dump once again, right? Because it could just be a market manipulation. We don't know who's controlling this. We don't know what their desire is, if they're looking to hold this market as it is, or if it's just a temporary push to the upside and then we're going to go into the crypto abyss and see a dump all the way to the ground. This could happen again to the ground, obviously not to zero, because MOVR is a great project, right? But it could dump more, because it all depends on what Bitcoin does, right? So if Bitcoin does recover, we could go to 100K. That's fine. That's perfect. I will always have some back, but I prefer to take profit on the way up just to not suffer a massive 90% loss once again. It is brutal, right? I know that if you've held crypto bags, you likely face the same. So it's always better to take profits on the way up. So yeah, like I said, this area is not going to hold very strong here. I think we're going to break past that. I think it's going to move back up, and I think that tomorrow or probably Tuesday we're going to see a nice push to the upside, closely reaching to 150, and then it's going to counter a lot of resistance here. It's not going to be easy for Moonriver to break anything between 150 to 170 here. This is going to be very hard to break. If it gets to 170, it's going to stay there for a long time until it tries multiple times to break it. So if it's going to get there fast, then it's going to go down just as fast, right? It's going to hit it like a wall here. It's not easy to break. We have to be realistic. TA does work when it comes to support and resistance, especially with areas of accumulation over a long period of time like this, right? So no moonboy talk here. 170 is going to hold strong. 150 is going to hold a little bit, not too long. We could break it, but 170 is going to be hard to break. So yeah, for the downside, if we are going to drop lower again, I think we could expect 75 to hold here. As you can see, we formed some nice resistance. It used to be resistance, but now it's become support. So this is going to be the floor. It's going to bounce off this, I think, if it does drop a little bit lower, if this is a fake out, but I think we are moving back up here. Dex Finance is a decentralized autonomous organization, or a DAO for short, providing an ecosystem of financial products that aims at providing the highest yields in the market. Their core products consist of US Dex, Dex Share, Dex ETF, and Dex IRA. You can check out each one of these in detail on their website app.dexfinance.com, which can be found in the description of this video. You also have the possibility to farm on their platform with pairs such as USDX, USDC, Dex Share with BNB, or simply stake your Dex Share tokens by connecting to your MetaMask wallet. Their Dex Money Market is the only algorithmic reserve currency that employs a multi-step auto-compounding strategy by investing your tokens between farms and the regulation pool. Investors can simply invest in a strategy that receives a single receipt token. There are different types of strategies offered, such as conservative, balanced, and aggressive for those who are willing to take a bigger risk. You can also follow Dex Finance on Twitter to stay up to date with their announcements, but all of their links, including Discord and Telegram, can be found in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. Next, let's talk about RMRK quickly here. RMRK has been doing amazingly well, 18 bucks here, recovering once again, heading back to those levels that we had at 21 here. And it looks really good, but again, like I said, it could be a fake out. There's no guarantee here. We thought that the market will recover in this area here too, and look what happened, right? We dumped right back down. So could this be another push to the upside around this area and then another dump down? Absolutely it can, which is why we need to take profits on the way up, unless we don't mind hodling long term, 1 year, 2 years. If you're looking to hodl only for a few months, then yeah, obviously try and take profits. So yeah, this is how it is for RMRK. As you can see, we are going to encounter some area of resistance around 20 bucks here. Again, 21 bucks as well, because of this previous area where we couldn't actually break it because we tried, but look, this was acting as nice resistance here, like a wall. We tried to hit it, we tried to break it, we couldn't. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. And then if we do get that high, then we could see 28 as the next area of resistance. So 21 is my next target, then 28 for RMRK. And for Calamari is looking brutal here. Unfortunately, I know that we're seeing a little bit of a recovery, but considering it went to a half of a cent here, it was pretty nasty. We are encountering resistance around this area here, as you can see, because this had previously accumulated here for quite some time. It was a 1/7 of a cent for a long time. It tried multiple times to go a bit higher, it just couldn't, and so it dumped, and now we're encountering resistance. If it breaks this, remember what I told you in a previous video, this area here on 1 cent is gonna be really hard to break. It's the equivalent of Moonriver trying to break 170. When it accumulated around that area for some time, then it is gonna be harder to break past, right? Even with Bitcoin doing well. Let's look at GLMR here. GLMR has had a nice, really nice candle here. As you can see, this is a wide range bar here. It broke past the previous area of resistance, but what was the previous area of resistance? Well, it didn't actually break it, right? This is the trick, right? We just tipped it, as you can see here. We just tipped it. Even if we broke above it a little bit, it wasn't by a lot, and so now we're struggling to break past this area once again, but I do believe it will. I do believe that GLMR is holding quite well. Now it's pulling back a bit as people are taking profit, but I do believe that we're going to see another push to the upside here for GLMR, because as long as the market is bullish, everything else is bullish, right? As you well know. So we could encounter some more resistance around 550, but we could see GLMR do well here, amazingly well. We could see GLMR hit this area of 670 here, but one thing to keep in mind is that at every new $1 range, we're going to encounter some sort of resistance because of the stairway drop here that we've had the last time when we went all the way down from 30 something bucks on KuCoin on the very first candle. Then we managed to push to the upside here at 15 bucks, and then we just went down and down and down and down, and of course then we had that release which you all know about, where we dropped to 190 because of the Take Flight token event release. People were selling like crazy here because they all bought in at 25 cents, and so of course they had massive profits. And so it took a while for GLMR to recover, but it looks like it did. It looks like it's doing okay now. It's doing really well. In fact, for anyone who has accumulated around these areas, if you just bought around here, you're still in wrecked mode right now, so you just have to be patient, unfortunately. But if you did manage to buy around here, I mean, if I did, I didn't, but if I would have considered taking some profit around this area for sure. Not everything, because you never know how high this thing could go, but don't be a moon boy and think about it. How hurt are you going to be if you see this go all the way down and you're giving it all the way back, right? If you're giving it back, it always hurts. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you for watching. Have a nice weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.